Hello, this is Rich from Loner Strategy Games. Today I'm going to try out the Smugglers from Dune Spice Wars. They get some unique faction bonuses. They can install Underworld Headquarters in opponents' villages. They can place bounty on land SRAD resolutions, and they have improved interactions with the Arrakis black markets, whatever that is. At 5k hegemony, they can unlock contraband special events, and they gain 50 votes at the Landstrad. And at 10k of hegemony, they get mercenaries, and it looks like they're a little more powerful than the regular units. I'm not sure exactly what that means. We get two counselors, and I get two counselors with the Smugglers. I've got Steuben Tuek. He gets plus 5 Solari per adjacent region. He gets more influence. This guy reduces the authority cost to annex a village depending on available water. This guy, people have the merchant trait. I'm not sure what the merchant trait does for me. And this guy, Banerjee, gained 30% more in pillaging a village and gained class creep by pillaging a village. I don't know. I know this one would be cool, so I'm gonna reduce the cost of installing Underworld Headquarters. And I like having what here? I'm gonna try out this guy even though he's hard. So I can get the increased influence per Underworld Headquarters. I'm going to try these two guys out. I'm going to check my game settings. Everything's medium, normal. I'm not ready for anything past medium yet. I've just stunk up the game so far. The other games I played is Atreides and Harkonnen. So give this a shot, see how it goes, and start the game, and we're off to the races. The game may help you out when you first get started if you wanted to, if you've never played before. It'll tell you that you need to search for spice. They'll always start out with one spice field automatically revealed, so I'm going to send my ornithopter over there to look at it. Because I think as the smugglers, I have to pay a bribe. It's not taxes, but still the same thing. I owe 80, or I'm going to owe 80, and right now I have 0. So I'm going to pause the game and get that going right away. I'm going to build a couple of military units, so I have them ready to take the village that's next to that spice field. I normally build one of each, but I've since come to think that it's better to have two melee units at the start of the game. They're more powerful than the melee units in the villages, and they're certainly a lot better than the ranged units, I think. So I'm going to build another ornithopter also, so I can double my scouting up. And I've still got 245 Solari left. Well, I'm not too bad off yet. Got class creep, which I've definitely got to keep an eye on, because that's the one of the backbones of the game. Without that, you can't build buildings. Water's another thing. Right now, I'm okay there. I'm okay with fuel cells. Manpower, I'm okay so far at the start of the game. This is a water seller caravan, so I can hire them to spread propaganda. What does that give me? Not sure what that gives me, but I don't have any agents available. Anyway, so I might spend 500 and hire them. There's my village that I need. Now I'm going to send my 2 units over there to take it. And I'm going to put this ornithopter on auto recon. And I'm getting ready to enter into combat. Looks like they've got 2 ranged units, so this should be a snap for my melee units. I don't have access to developments yet, so I have to have a village first. I don't have access to the council because they haven't met yet. And I don't have access to the espionage because I don't have an agent yet. I'm going to put my second ornithopter on auto recon. Okay, I've defeated the enemy units there. I'm now ready to take control of the village, which I'll do for 5 water and 39 authority. And that's taken away from my balance up here right away. While I'm waiting for that, let's see what else I've found so far. This is a harvester wreck. Have to check that out later. I don't see anything in the region for this town, so I'm not real interested in that yet. Okay, that guy's mine. New village controlled. I can do development research, and here I'm going to pause the game. Here's where I like to take a look at my counselors. I usually neglect that. He reduces the cost to install Underworld Headquarters. And this guy gives me more influence per Underworld Headquarters. So this one will give me Underworld bribes, which will give me 2 intel per Underworld Headquarters. I like that. I think I'll start here and work my way down if I can. I might switch over to composite materials and then Underworld contacts in case I run into a rare elements field. Like those, that gives me extra Solari income. And I might switch over to survival training, just depends on how the map plays out. But for now, I'm going to go with that. I would build up a couple of militia here, but I think I'm going to hire these guys to spread propaganda as soon as I get 500. Oh, well, first I need to build a refinery. Gosh, what am I thinking? Put my refinery down. And I have uncovered a village that has a rare elements field in its vicinity, so that will be the next one I take. But before I do that, I'm going to need to make sure I've got some militia here. So I'm kind of torn between hiring these guys, and I think I'm going to plop down some militia. That way my village will be an easy target. Okay, my refinery's done. I'm going to take my harvester. I'm going to enable auto recall. Cost me 5%, but it's worth it because if I miss the warning that comes in, he will die because a sandworm will get him. So I'm going to deploy him. I'm going to add a crew. Cost me 50 Solari, but it's worth it. Development research is done. I'm going to do diplomatic maneuvers. Seem to be doing okay over here. And I didn't do what I said. I meant to go for the economic branch. Okay, I can take control of this guy for 5 water, and that's going to be all the villages I can take until I get more water income. But at least I've got my rare elements. I've got my spice rolling in finally. I've got control of the village, but I can't build a processing plant until I get the Underworld contacts researched. See, I need more water. This has only got a wind speed of 3, whereas this region has a wind speed of 4. Not ideal, but I will have to build a wind trap here. So I need more water. Looks like I'm going to be raided. I've got an unassigned agent, so I can assign him. I haven't met any factions yet. I'm not worried about it. Assign him to Arrakis. That gives me access to some of the discoveries out in the field. I can research them. So I think that'll be the first thing I take. Combat. My military should be able to handle that quite effectively. Okay, I took care of those guys. I'm going to bring them a little closer to the city. I now have possession of Hall 1, and it's got rare elements in it. But I want to build a processing plant, but I can't because it requires Underworld contacts. And when I went to my developments, I chose this. What I really need to do is research composite materials and Underworld contacts because I really like the increase in Solari. I'm going to wait for this to get done, then I'm going to switch over to that and leave the survival training for later. Also, I have located another spice field. So, due to my bright, shiny object syndrome, I'm going to grab that as soon as I find a village, since it's right next to here, and get a lot more spice coming in. So, I hope that works out. So, I'm going to unpause the game and let's see what transpires. Before I leave here, I really need to put down a couple of militia to defend it with. Much as I don't want to spend the money, I'll put 2 there for now. And I'm going to sally forth. Let's see. I don't have the village identified yet, so I'm gonna have to wait. A trade request. They want my influence to give me. Nah, I don't like that deal. Hasta la vista. Wind trap is complete, so now I've got the water I'll need to capture my next village. I've got the Solari to hire them. I'm going to hire them and see what happens with that. So they're going to spread propaganda for me, I guess. I don't know. Sounds cool. Okay, my development's done. I'm going to go right down the line here so I can get my processing plant so I can start getting income from my rare elements. Okay, another thing I need to do is I always fail to see what they've got defending them. They've got 3 militia, so I don't think it's a good idea to attack with only 2. So as soon as I get 200 Solari, I'm going to build another military unit and then go after them. I have a tendency to want to rush out and grab everything I can as fast as I can, and that's led to disastrous results in every game I've played so far. So I'm going to try to pace myself this game and see if that works a little better. I'm going to look at my spice report. So it looks like I'm well on way. Maybe I can convert some more of this to Solari and get my income up faster. So I'm going to do what's this, an 80-20 split. That looks good for right now. I now have an unassigned agent. The Spacing Guild gives me a better manpower and intel production. Chom, Solari production. I'm going to assign him to Chom just for the Solari production. So far I don't see any other factions close to me, so it won't hurt to expand out this way and get that spice field from here. Okay, I'm going to build another scavenger unit. Okay, now it's eligible for the vote. I don't know. I've got 128. I might throw a little bit of influence at that just to see. I doubt I'll get it. Okay, guys, let's go get them.
That's ours, boss.
No, I lost a unit. I'm gonna make sure they focus fire on this guy. They should be able to take him out without too much problem. Lost a unit, but didn't pay close enough attention to that, or I would have retreated him. And of course, I pay so much attention to the battles, I forget about other stuff that pops in. My Lancerad Council results. And House Harkonnen got the controlled markets. Too bad. And that was declined, and the Freeman got that one. So I didn't expect to get that. Would have been nice to have, though. Could have thrown more influence at it, but I didn't. I can take control of this village now. I'm not going to pillage it. I want the spice field. All right, got control of another region. I'm going to go in there and let's see if I got enough fuel cells. I think so. Refinery, no, it takes 4 fuel cells. I don't have enough fuel cells. Poor planning on my part again. So if I had this one, that's energy sources, that would give me a 50% boost. But I don't think I'm ready to take that yet. So I'm going to go into one of my other places. Not optimal, but I will build I'm going to build a fuel cell factory here instead, because I don't want to take another village yet. I have a tendency to spread myself too thin, and that ain't a good thing. Oh, good. Now I can build my refinery if I want to. So I'm going to beef up my military units a little bit. I'm going to give them survival training so their supplies last a little longer. Let's see. Of course, I'm building a wind trap now, or a fuel cell factory now, so I can't build my refinery yet. I have to wait. Patience is a virtue, they say. Okay, I just dropped back to the opening screen for a second because I want to use my super duper secret weapon, installing Underworld Headquarters in opponents' villages. So I can't put it underneath a neutral village like I was hoping I could. Didn't read it that closely at first, so I've got to see if I can find an opponent first, and then I will see about getting an Underworld Headquarters under there. I think I will zoom out and see if I've run into anybody yet. And over here, off to my right, is the House Harkonnen. So I think I'll take this ornithopter that's already over there and have him scout this region out a little more thoroughly. And maybe with a little bit of luck, I can establish an underground headquarters somewhere in his neck of the woods. Still not doing too well with Plascrete. I need to lay down another one somewhere. Not doing too well with Plascrete at all. I need to make a trade somewhere. Also, Trades has a lot of Plascrete available. Let's see how much he'll sell me for 200. I think I'll try to buy 200 from him. And what does he value the most? He likes spice. He also likes influence. I don't want to give up either one of those. I guess I could try the spice deal. Okay, I'm going to give up some spice to get that, so I can get myself going again. So now I can add a Plascrete factory. So what's this alert? Raid detected. I don't know. Where are they coming from? Don't see anybody yet. Oh, there we go. I should be able to handle them without too much trouble. I've got an unassigned agent. I need more intel, so I'm definitely just going to put him right there. Install underground headquarters for 97. That's pretty cheap. Intent authority. I think I'll do that. I'm anxious to see what I get. And that's building pretty quickly, too. So I've got an underground headquarters. I can build a fuel cell factory or a wind trap under there. Oh, that's what he's got. Okay. So I can build a bootleg market that takes 30% of the village's spice. I can get Solari. I can get a back alley doctor. Hidden explosives. Spyware. Whispers of their influence production. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna steal some of his developments. I want to do one at a time. That's awesome. Imperial bribe missed. How in the world did I miss that? I'm going to pay a penalty for that. Development research. I want support structures. I want to be able to take on these raids. What's this? That's the polar sink. I hear that's a good thing to have because it's got all the water reserves. I'm going to build up a scavenger and a sniper to beef up my military, and then I'm going to try to take it. Okay, I've got my units. I'm going to send them up here to join my other two. And then we're going to take the polar ice cap region, or whatever it is. Hostile units near territory. Uh-oh. The other guys are arriving just in time. I should have plenty there to take them out with. I'm going to wait till my militia's almost complete, then I'm going to move my military units up to the polar region and see if I can take it. My militia's almost done. I can take the chance to go up here and grab this. And I am running low on manpower, so I'm going to have to do something about that. I don't know if sandworms appear in the polar region or not. That'd be interesting to find out. Okay, I can take it, I think. Yeah, cool. This will have to be heavily defended. I can see that now. That gives me a lot of water. So this is the polar sink. It's what it's called. Wind strength 1, so not very good for wind traps. But it allows the construction of a water extractor, 1000 hegemony. So I guess I'll look at building a water extractor. What's this? Nothing like being threatened right away. New village controlled. I want to pause for a minute. Hegemony 2000 threshold reached. That puts me right up there with the rest of the guys. I'm doing pretty good hegemony wise. Okay, so if I'm going to build my water extractor, I need water sellers contracts. So I'm going to pop into my development screen real quick. And where is my water sellers contracts? Right here. So I'm probably going to cancel. I'm going to cancel this. Looks like I'm stealing technology from these anyway on the military front. That's good. I'm going to queue up water seller contracts, so I'll have that shortly if things go well. Next thing I want to do, this is pretty important to me, so I'm going to build some militia. I wish I had some better defensive structures, but I don't. So the militia help out along with my military there. I'm going to build an airfield, that way I can zoom back and forth. At least I can get some defenses out here if I need to. So I've got another military slot. I think I'll pass on that for right now. I need something to help me out with manpower. Okay, I'm going to build a recruitment office to help out with a manpower shortage. I'm going to build a contraband cache at my underground headquarters. And I like to have the Solari production, so I'm going to take care of that. So, raid detected. Okay. I've got plenty of stuff up there to help me out with, so that shouldn't be any problem. Unassigned agent. Let me pause for a minute. What do I want? I'm going to assign him to Harkonnen, House Harkonnen, since I've come into contact with him, and I'll get 5 more intel production that way, so I'm going to go after that. I'm starting to run too many deficits. At least I paid my bribe this time. Looks like I've got a raid coming in. I'm going after my spice fields. I think I can get my units up there, and I've got 3 militia. Yeah, hostile units near territory. Yep, I know that. I'm ready for them now. Or just kind of hanging around up there, not doing anything. They're making me keep my forces up there. He's gearing up for a big attack. Here comes the all-out assault. I'm not sure about this. I don't think I'm going to fold the way it's looking. Looks like a serious setback. I lost control of the polar sink. Not a glorious day for the smugglers. And on that note, I think I'll stick a fork in this part of the game and call it done. Looking back, I probably could have done some operations that would help me turn the tide of battle, but just another classic example of my inexperience with this game. So I think I'll go into a deep, dark depression for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then I'll get over it. But anyway, if you like this series or this video, like it down below. If you want to make a comment, go ahead. I also have a review for this game. I'll put a card up for it at the end of this video, plus I'll put a link to it down in the description below. So until next time, this is Rich from Lorna Strategy Games. I will see you later. Bye.